Listen up, partners. This is Good, Bad, Ugly on World Improv Network.
Good evening, everyone. I am Alex.
My name is Asa.
I am Tony.
And we are your astute wind counselors. Get you through the week with any daily grind issues or any problems that you want us to resolve for you. We're going to get to our first winner. Our first winner is Sanjay from Calcutta, India. And Sanjay writes, Dear Win, it appears that Pokemon Go is taking over the United States and is destined for India, Japan, and Canada soon. Yes or no on Pokemon Go, and why?
Let me weigh in on this.
All right,
I'm
you
gonna
do it.
say Pokemon Go is like super cool, and like I just kind of randomly stumbled in it because it's on like everyone's Facebook,
Right?
and it's just a good time. Like people are at the parks. I went on a run today, and people are walking around trying to catch Pokemon,
Yeah.
and it's kind of weird, but I feel like it's a good thing.
You know what's funny? I'll elaborate on that because I live close to a park right in the middle of Denver. And I went there, I go and run around there and stuff. And, I do some training and so on. And I kid you not, let's say if there's 200 people in the park, 150 of them plus will be heads down, zombied out, Pokemon Go in it. It's amazing. And then if you go there at midnight or any time during the day to like some of the central points, there'll be 3. The other day I saw 6 lures down. There'd be 3 to 6 lures, and it would be literally 100 people congregated there just trying to catch as many Pokemon as possible. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And can you imagine that in a country of 1 billion people, with a lot of the congested cities like Calcutta, rocking the Pokemon Go? Man, that'd be a sight to see.
That would be crazy.
That'd be absolutely nuts. Ace?
Yeah, I'm for it, but I'm not for it in like its current form. I think eventually I think it could become a really great educational platform in which you catch Pokemon in certain areas, and then like a little history like pop-up bubble would appear
Where
and
you caught the Pokemon
like
school.
you could learn like a little history about like
I
that
feel like
landmark
that
or
would
something.
make it not fun.
Oh, you know what?
Well, maybe it just takes a little dressing up to make learning fun. I think learning by itself is a pretty enjoyable process.
It
It just
sounds
needs
like you want to kill Pokemon Go.
Asa, is that true? Do you really want to kill Pokemon Go? Asa.
He's not trying to vitalize it.
I'm not killing anything. If anything, I am trying to revitalize learning by introducing it into Pokemon Go. It should be, I hope, a symbiotic relationship. People learn about the world around them, and then they become more curious about
Historical facts?
exactly.
Yeah, Tony, I don't know about this, man.
How are we not connecting the dots right now?
I agree on surface what you have to say there, Ace. I mean, I really think it's a great idea, a symbiotic way to learn. But in your voice and in your eyes, I think you have a nefarious intention for Pokemon Go.
The Pokemon could give the history lesson. How about that?
Okay.
Or like the geology lesson.
Like if you
whatever it is.
click on Pikachu and it'll start talking about the location.
Yeah, and it could talk.
Pika, 1963, Pika, Pikachu.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
I could go for that.
all right. All right. Well, there you go, Sanjay. All 3 of us agree that it should be a hit in India and that you should be ready to go and jump on it. So when it gets over there, Pokemon is a go. Let's move on to our next winner, and it's Leslie from Aurora, Colorado, and she writes, Dear Win, social media is going crazy over Victoria Beckham kissing her 5-year-old daughter Harper on the lips. Do you think it is outrageous for parents to kiss their children on the lips, or what's going on here? Jimbo.
No.
Exactly.
That's perfectly normal.
I agree.
They're your children.
Absolutely.
Who do you love more than that? And
No.
what is a more intimate expression of your love than to kiss someone?
Absolutely, and it shows like bonding, an emotional attachment and how to develop,
No, what is wrong with people that they're turning this into some kind of lascivious act, or it's like they're imparting their own like weird. You know what? I'm going to say it. I'm saying people have a problem with it because it seems sexual, and that's all in their own head.
Absolutely. I when I saw that and I was like, people are harping on her. I was like, are you kidding me? What, have we come to a point where we can't even kiss our children?
Yeah.
And just show them love and so they grow up as a better person?
Sick.
That's insane, yeah.
I'm going to say I side with you guys, but actually, yeah, I've never kissed any of my family members.
Oh,
on
I
the
mean, I
lips.
wouldn't either. I don't like it.
No,
It kinda creeps me
okay.
out.
I think that's ridiculous. I mean,
Okay.
to me it's gross, but I think
Yeah.
it should be commonplace.
Like, I wouldn't
Yeah.
judge, but I definitely
Yeah.
wouldn't do it.
I mean, if there was tongue, then I have a problem with
That's
it.
becoming sexual. That's
Yeah.
crossing that bridge.
Yeah.
You stay on one side of that river.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what about if it's tooth to tooth? Is that still sexual?
Like on purpose or like it happens?
Yeah, just like, if you show your teeth out like, Eradicate or something.
Maybe you're kissing wrong. Maybe that's the lesson here.
Yeah, you're teaching your daughter a bad way.
But if it does happen, I would say if it's unintentional, stuff like that will happen when you're moving your face towards another person's face.
It's a good point. Yep. And you could be eating, chewing on some gum or something. It could just be literally unintentional.
Oh man, gum swap. That would be weird.
That would be weird. Yeah.
I wouldn't swap gum with my children or my parents.
Only because of hygiene issues, right?
I actually wouldn't mind doing that because I'm an
What?
anti-germaphobe. I feel like they make
Oh, it
more
makes you
germs
stronger.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger?
Yeah,
Oh, that's a good point.
I would totally share gum with either of you guys.
Well, I don't want your flavorless gum.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Tony.
Like if you've been chewing it, there's no flavor left.
Right. I mean, even besides the fact that it could be a little bit strange, maybe a little socially awkward, and maybe it might not be the best thing for the germs, minus your position on it, I want the flavor. And then I'll consider it.
I would honestly not mind if you started with the gum and then passed it on to me.
Oh, okay.
Jim, well, there you go.
But a part of me wants you to kind of take it back just to show that, it's reciprocal.
A two-way commitment.
It's like when you say I love you to someone, you want them to say it back.
Exactly.
Even though they don't have to.
Because otherwise, Jim would have his easy way out. He just gives you a piece of chewed gum, and then you don't have to worry about the germ transfer.
You think anyone likes flavorless gum? I'm saying I'm willing to do it. I don't prefer it.
Okay.
If you give it back, though.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, there you
Just
go.
Human decency.
All right. Well, let's move on to our next winner, and that's Paul from Chicago, Illinois. And Paul writes, Dear Win, with electronic dance music now so popular in the U.S., what do you think of DJs that think they're the greatest thing on earth? Jimbo.
Well, I mean, it sounds like they must be.
Clearly.
If it's the most popular music. But I mean, in general, I'm anti-cockiness and arrogance.
Right.
So, just tone it back. Just because you have hundreds, possibly thousands of people, bouncing to your rhythms, like, tone it down. Like, recognize that you're just the same as the rest of us.
You're going to eat, breathe, and die like everyone else.
Yeah.
You're born poor, you die poor, no matter how much money you have in between and fame in between in that life cycle. Ace, I can see you thinking over there.
Get off your high horses, DJs. All you do is press play on your computers.
Ooh.
Bam.
Oh, God, that's a mic drop right there on the DJ world.
I don't care for these CD parties, all right? I like actual instruments with strings and sticks.
Oh, man.
Well, what about like a DJ Jazzy Jeff who's really working those turntables like an actual instrument?
I will grant you that, because that is treating it more like there's a craft in that. And I saw this documentary called Scratch where they say that they sell more turntables are sold now than guitars.
Wow.
So I believe the hype around DJs,
Wow.
that DJs are more popular now.
Uh-huh.
And that kind of scratching and juggling beats and whatnot. But it sounds like the DJs that you're talking about, like the huge, like the festivals and stuff. Like
That might be who Paul's referring to. I mean, there is kind of a little bit of a throwback. It's starting to be a pushback to some of the DJs like Jazzy Jeff, Bad Boy Bill, and so on that are going back to just vinyl only. And they're doing like this old school tour, where it's just vinyl only. And a guy like Jazzy Jeff, I've seen him a couple times. He's absolutely amazing.
Invisible Scratch Pickles crew.
That's
a real
that
thing.
should be the tour.
That's a real thing.
Is it really Invisible Scratch Pickles tour?
Yeah, and there's who else? Kid Koala,
Oh man.
DJ Shadow, Cut Chemist.
Oh.
These are the turntablists.
Oh my goodness.
Ace, you're dropping some knowledge.
Dropping
knowledge.
some names. Check them out, people.
Man. All right, Ace. Well, Ace has said it all right there. I agree with Jimbo though. Arrogance doesn't matter what you do. You're no better than the next person. There's only two kinds of people on this planet as far as I'm concerned. Good people, bad people. Doesn't matter what religion you believe in, what language you speak, how much money you have. You're either a good person or you're a bad person, and you make either a positive or negative influence on people's lives. And if you look at it that way, then it doesn't really matter if you're a DJ or if you're a guy walking on the street here helping to clean up the city of Denver. You should all have some respect and honor each other for who you are. That's my take on it. DJ
Win
or
show.
no.
Pro-tolerance. You heard it right here.
That's
Here.
right. All right, we got one more quick one. Rachel from San Francisco, California writes, Dear Win, Pokey zombies are taking over the city out here. How are things in the Denver Pokey universe? Well, Tony and I talked about it a little bit earlier about going to the parks and you see people catching Pokemon, hitting lures, dropping lures, hitting the Pokestops, even going to Poke gyms at 4 a.m. in the middle of the park while the sprinklers are running in order to keep that gym under their own banner. So I would say it's pretty crazy out here. Ace, what have you witnessed?
You know, I'm pretty well out of the loop, but I do see people looking at their phones, catching Pokemon, and yeah, it seems like another like it's like the new Angry Birds, but because it's like, you know, because it's like geocaching, right? Like you put your phone up and then it like reveals
AR.
something else, you know, like it's like another layer on what's going on out there.
Yep.
I don't know. I think it's like pretty strange, and I've already heard the horror stories about, you know, people like crashing cars or whatever.
Well, there you go. You know what? Pokemon is life. And we got one more little piece of inspiration to get you the rest of the week, and that is known as Horoscope Corner.
Love, fortune, status. Let us do your astrological chart. Horoscope Corner on World Improv Network.
Hey there, Scorpio. If you want to have a Scorpio yes kind of week and not a Scorpio no kind of week, then you better tune into World Improv Network by visiting us at Facebook. Leave us some comments, give us some likes, check us out on Twitter, star that stuff, retweet, and etc. Go to YouTube, go to our YouTube channel, check out each of our segments. Leave a comment, like it, all that good stuff. Check out the podcast at the iTunes Store and the Google Play Store. And then, as always, you can hear us on Sundays at 8 o'clock here on Miles Sports at AM 1340 and also KDCO 104.7. Bang!
Thanks for listening to Win on Mile High Sports Radio. Don't forget to be a winner and interact with the cast by sending your suggestions or questions for each show segment throughout the week by hitting them up on Facebook at World Improv Network, on Twitter at World Improv Net, or by calling into the Mile High Sports Radio studio line on Sundays before or during the show. See you next week.